Hey, cutie pies, I'm Lanikia, and you're watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is the Young and the Restless edition. All right, today is Friday, August the 5th. Yay! 2022, and we are just going to jump right into it on a scale of 1 to 10. I'm going to give this about a 7.5. All right, so we see that Nick and Sheridan speak, and he tells Sheridan, do you mind, he tells Sharon, do you mind closing the door? Like locking down, because she didn't have anyone. She was like, yeah, it's a slow morning. And she says, yeah. So she shuts up, she locks down and everything so no one can come in. And so they speak about what Victor has revealed to Nick, which is that it was a cover-up. He did actually kill Ashlyn, and Victor covered it up. And Sharon just tells Nick, I'm so sorry. This is a lot to burden you, put on you and burden you with. And he just talks about like how his dad always manipulates a situation. It went from them, just being able to plead their case about, hey, we know Ashlyn wasn't the best person, but this was not done on purpose and everything. To people are definitely going to look at them like they're guilty now and like it's a cover up. But anyway, Sharon's just reassuring him, and he says, oh my gosh, I shouldn't have told you. Now you are an accomplice. And she says, listen, I can take care of myself. But she did let him know Chance was coming around, and that he had questions, but she shut him down because, again, she can take care of herself. So then Billy has stopped by Victoria's office, and he wants to speak to her in regards of what's went down with Ashlyn. And so she tells him the whole story, and he says, I told Nick to go check on you. And she's grateful. She was like, thank you so much, Billy. She said, I'd never seen Ashlyn act that way. So she really did feel like he was going to cause bodily harm to her. I'm not going to hold you long. So then we see Nick comes in, and Billy just tells him, good for you for protecting your sister. And he leaves. So then Nick asks Victoria, have you speaking to Dad? And she says no. And he tells her the whole story. He tells her how Victor, he actually did kill Ashley, and Victor covered it up. Victoria said, well, maybe that's for the best. He was just trying to protect us. And he said, Victoria, now we have to lie to the police because of what Dad has done. And she said, oh my gosh. She was like, you're right. It would have been just better being out in the open. And she says, I got to go and speak to Dad right now. So then we see Abby and Chance talking, and he's distracted, and she's like, why are you so distracted? And, he tells her he's thinking about the Ashlyn's case, and she's like, I thought it was just shut and closed. Like, why are you investigating this so hard if he just died in a river? And then Kevin comes up, and when Kevin comes up, Chance like waves him off because he doesn't want, Abby knowing any kind of information. And but Abby can clearly see that there's something going on, and it has more to do with the Ashlyn Locke case. So then Kevin and Chance do speak. And when they do speak, he tells them that the security footage was wiped, was blank. And he says that now it could be coincidence, but it's unlikely. And then he said there was a cigarette butt, and it looked like two people were in Ashlyn's car that night, because they were able to get the security footage of them driving away, but it was so far, it was so far away that you could not really tell. And so he's suspicious. They're all suspicious of what's really going on, and they just want to know how did Ashlyn go from Victoria's home to his car, and they said, and Chance said maybe he was moved. And so now they're starting to question that. So then we see when Victoria's about to leave out of the office, Chance is there, and she says, how long have you been standing there? And he said, I just got here. And he tells her, why do you look upset? All right. Then we see Abby and Chelsea talk, and she says, okay, Chelsea, they catch up on their kids and everything. And then Abby tells Chelsea, hey, you want to like escape, you do like a nice s'mores and all that kind of stuff. And Chelsea says, oh, I don't need to escape. Life is so good now. And then Billy shows up, And when Billy shows up, he questions Abby about why Chance is like really investigating this case nobody cared about Ashley Lockett. It pretty much looks shut, open and closed. And she tells him, I don't really get into Chance's cases. He said, okay, I'll bark up another tree. So he and Chelsea sit down and everything, and they start talking. And Abby is like, oh, is this the good luck and bright side that you're on now, Chelsea? And she says, yes, Billy and I have a podcast, and working with him has been good for me. And Abby gives a look. Yes, Abby, give that look, because But anyways, Chelsea has a bunch of bright ideas for Billy and how to make their podcast stay relevant. Y'all, this was the part that got me. Nate and Devon talk, and Nate has had a different attitude. He tells Devon, he hopes Billy's back. Maybe he can work more with Billy and he can help him, know what to just adjust to the COO position. And he wants to be there for Devon to help him out with anything he needs. And he's more open to feedback. And it's, he's going from having to delegate orders to taking them now. And it's an adjustment, but an adjustment he wants to make. And so Devon was like, well, okay, then let's do it. And at this point, Amanda comes in and she's clearly upset, and her mother has lapsed into a coma. Nate reassures her that, people who do this can come out of their coma. He tells her to talk to her, play music, all the things that she could do to help with her mom. And, she gets a lot of support from Nate and Devon at that time. Y'all, I don't know. So then we're going to, we see Devon and Amanda talk, and they're at Crimson Lights. I said, I thought she was leaving because Devon tells her, you can use my jet to get there faster. I said, well, you weren't going to offer it in the first place. Everybody got a private jet on this soap. But anyways, he was like, you can use my jet to get there faster. And she was like, thank you. And she's just worried about everything. But he tells her that she and Amani can work remotely and they will cover everything for her. And Lily will agree. And she says, thank you so much for that. And so she leaves. And that's the end with them. So then we go in and we see Elena. And Nate was just stoic, right? So he's just standing there stoic. And Elena is really talking to him. And he's not even paying attention. And I was like, either this is bad acting. Like, what's happening here? And then when he does pay attention, she says, I wanted to see if, I could get out. Have y'all guys talked about getting me out of the contract and everything? And he tells her about Imani and Amanda, and she was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry to hear that. And he goes and says, I'm gonna miss Imani and Amanda's, she's just such a good person. I hate this is happening to her. And Imani has been such a support with me and the whole Devon situation. And Elena's like, wait, what? And he says Amani's been supporting him, and she says it right. So is Amani part of the reason that you and Nate, Devon, are having this like hostile or argumentative relationship right now? And he was like, "What are you talking about? Amani's been supporting me, and right now, instead of attacking Amani, you should be thinking about their situation and caring for them and, offering words of encouragement and caring and everything for them." And she was like, of course I do. But I'm just saying that if she's part of the reasons that you're having this friction between you and Devon, you should, that's an issue. And he pretty much puts Elena in her place when it came to Amani. And I said, wait a minute now, Nate. Who is your woman right here? Because you're sitting here gazing off into the distance. Your girlfriend comes in, you can barely hold 2 words for her. And then when you do talk to her, you're reprimanding her because she's not overly thinking about Imani, which, excuse me, sir, Imani has been after you and has not been kind to Elena. And I'm sure she probably really feels bad for Amanda, and she feels bad for Amani. But Amani has not been kind to her. She's made little sly remarks, little jabs at her look at the, oh, you're so tired and all this. And here you go defending her. But
next week on The Young and the Restless. What are you trying to say? That Chance should back off the Ashland case?
Don't tell me that you threaten the Newmans. There are still missing pieces to the puzzle, and we're gonna find them.
There are so many opportunities for you to prove yourself to the world. Matter of fact, I can think of one off the top of my head. Come work with me at Jabot.
That was the soaps. That was The Young and the Restless today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Please enjoy it's Friday. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe, be blessed. And I will see you Monday for a new episode of What Happened on the Soaps, Young and the Restless edition. All right. Bye, Mila.